Hello guys, this is JP Craft here, back with another episode of Pokemon Platinum. So, from where I left off in the last episode, we went for the beginning of the game, got our first Pokemon, Turtwig, learned how to catch Pokemon from Dawn, and then stopped off there. So, in this episode, we're going to be continuing on, possibly catching a new Pokemon or two to add to our team, and hopefully getting stronger, and, you know, also eventually paying off the debt we owe to Barry. Anyways, let's get a move on. And encounter the first step, fun. And it's a Bidoof. I do not want a Bidoof. There is a Pokemon on this route that I'm looking for that I want to add to my team, but I am not seriously, first attack of the episode and it's a miss. What is with my luck? But yeah, there's a certain Pokemon I'm looking for here that the first time you can encounter is on this route. I'm not really sure if it's actually available at nighttime, so I may or may... Oh, come on, a critical hit, really? Am I seriously gonna have to use a potion against a wild Bidoof? Well, yeah, that sucks. I better go back and heal. But well, as I go heal, I should probably explain how I'm gonna do things. So, if I catch a Pokemon and add it to my team, usually I'm gonna want to... Alright, yeah, one thing I want to mention first is, you know, the music's actually different in this Pokemon Center now because it's nighttime. And in nighttime in Pokemon Platinum, some locations actually have different music, and the Pokemon Center is one of them. And I don't know why, like, the only game that I can recall actually doing something like this, where the music's different at nighttime, is Pokemon Platinum. Every single other game that I've played doesn't even seem to have this sort of mechanic. So that kind of makes Pokemon Platinum stand out from the other games as well. But back to the topic at hand, when I catch a new Pokemon, it's usually not going to be like around the same level as my other Pokemon that I have, or it's like of a lower level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to level them up to be around the same level as the rest of my teammates off camera. Either, you know, after the video is over, if it's near the end of a video, or just, like, cut out the, grinding so that way you don't have to watch it. And because it would also make for a boring video where I'm just knocking out wild Pokemon over and over with a single Pokemon, just trying to level it up and not making any actual progress. And as for the Pokemon I'm trying to find on this route, it's an electric-type Pokemon named Shinx. It usually appears on this route at level like 3 or 4, not all that common, and oh hey, here's one! So that does prove that Shinx are encounterable at night in this route. And Shinx has an ability called Intimidate, which as you saw lowered my attack. Its other ability is Rivalry, which boosts attack when fighting Pokemon of the same gender, but lowers attack when fighting Pokemon of the opposite gender. Because that usually can cause problems when, you know, you end up fighting a Pokemon of the opposite gender that you have. It's usually better to go with Intimidate because that will just lower the attack of the first Pokemon that it's up against, that you put it up against when you switch it in, and doesn't actually, you know, have any lasting effects where if you're fighting the opposite gender, your attack's lowered. So you should find Intimidate to be better unless you know ahead of time what gender the opposing Pokemon is. And there we go, we've got a Shinx. Now, I don't plan to be using Shinx for the whole game, but I still want to catch one just because Shinx is just one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 4. It's like a cat lynx thing, and I don't know, I just really like it. So, I'm gonna actually go ahead and level this thing up a bit off camera, just so I can, you know, get it closer level to Turtwig. So, I'll be right back after Shinx has gained a few levels. Alright, and we're back. If I can... As you can see, I leveled up Shinx to the same level as Turtwig. I did not actually plan to have it be the same exact level, but I was just heading back to heal it up. Once more before heading back over here, I encountered another Shinx, and knocking it out gave me enough experience for Shinx to reach level 7. Up ahead here, we're going to have our first instance of what is known as a trainer battle, similar to with Barry at the beginning of the game. So, let's walk forward. You're a Pokemon trainer, and so am I. Our eyes met, so battle we must. And this youngster, if I remember correctly, I'm not sure his team in Diamond and Pearl, but in Platinum I know he has this Starly here. And this Starly knows Quick Attack. Quick Attack is a move that always goes first, no matter of your speed stat. Normally, the Pokemon with the higher speed stat goes first in battle, but Quick Attack has what is known as priority. And priority moves will go before any moves that don't have priority. And Protect, which is not a move that we'll see for a while, I think. Protect, I think, has the highest priority, and it basically just means that any moves done against it for that turn just don't work. There is, I think, like one move that is an exception to Protect, but yeah. So it did not use Quick Attack this time because we went first. It used Growl, lowering our attack. Okay, sure, my attack fell. I don't mind. And I missed. Great. No one does 3 damage with Tackle, so it's not that dangerous to fight. But I swear it has Quick Attack, and I do not like that move. Oh, yep, there it is, Quick Attack. In future generations, I think they lowered a Quick Attack's power to be less than Tackle, but I'm not sure if it was like this generation or like the generation after it, but I think Quick Attack used to have like either more power or the same power as Tackle, just making it like a better move in every single right. But the Starly has been knocked out, so I have beat this youngster. I forgot his name already because I was too busy commentating. And okay, youngster Tristan was the guy's name, and I almost got level 8 from that. Nice. So, we can continue on. We have this sign here. You usually don't read these because they're just trainer tips. Oh, yep. All Pokemon involved in a battle will earn experience points, which basically means if I were to send Shinx out into a battle and then switch over to Turtwig, they will both gain experience points because I used them both in battle. I spy my little eye trainer. Battle, please. Now this last here has a Bidoof, and I noticed because I don't know, I kind of played Pokemon Platinum a lot and just seem to remember some of these stuff from early trainers because of how much I am playing the beginning sections of the game. And it's level 5, so, oh, really, level 5 and 1 damage. I think that just goes to show how weak stat-wise Bidoof is. A level 5 Bidoof can only do 1 damage against me. And it also missed, so that's helpful. So let's tackle it, knock it out, and get a level up, presumably. That's 61 experience points, so that, yes, that is a level. I have level 8 Shinx, hooray. Oh, boo, I can't win. Alright. And since Shinx is a higher level, I'm going to go ahead and put Turtwig up in front, so that way he can stay up and caught up in levels with Shinx. And usually I don't actually run from wild battles, but at some points, like when heading over to a trainer battle, the trainer that I know is up ahead, I usually will run from the Pokemon battles so that way I can preserve my HP for the trainer battle. But later on in the game, when I have more than 2 Pokemon, I have like a full party, I will usually, still do the trainer battles just for the extra experience. But with some trainer battles, I usually will just run from wild Pokemon just to conserve my HP for the upcoming trainer battle because money is limited early game until you have the Burst Seeker, which allows you to rebattle trainers that you've fought before, basically allowing you to have infinite money. But initially starting out, money is kind of limited. So I usually just run away from wild encounters to conserve my healing items, and also so I don't have to run back to the Pokemon Center every 5 minutes. Alright, youngster Logan, he has a Burmy. Burmy is, if I recall, it has different forms, and this form here is a bug and grass type. The other two forms are the Trash Cloak and the Sandy Cloak. This form here is the Plant Cloak. The Trash Cloak is bug and steel, if I recall correctly, or, no wait, they're all no. I'm wrong, I was thinking about its evolution, Wormadam. Burmy is just only bug, I believe, and then its evolutions have the, different types. Now, Burmy is, oh, seriously, 2 critical hits back to back, what the heck? But yeah, as I was saying, Burmy actually is a special Pokemon that it has 2 different evolutions based on what gender it is. If Burmy is a male, it will evolve into Mothim, a bug and flying type. If Burmy is female, it will evolve into Wormadam, which is the other evolution that will be either a bug and grass type, bug and ground type, or bug and steel type, depending on what cloak it is. I don't know if there's a way to change the cloak off the top of my head, or if it only depends on like where it evolved at, or what cloak it was when you caught it, but I think the only way to influence it is either like where it evolves at, or something like that. I'll have to look it up after this video. Well, Torracuda level 8. I got 3 extra max HP off of it, so that's nice, and halfway to level 9. You beat me? You've got talent! But yeah, I remember that Burmy has Protect because of an area later in the game, but I guess it might not have Protect this early at level 5. Anyways, this guy here is not a trainer. Some Pokemon only appear in the morning, some only come out at night. I'll keep looking until I've seen them all. Now, I kind of want to start this video at night because there's a Pokemon that only comes out at night on a certain route coming up that you can get in the next route over as well, but I want to get it on this route because all the way in the next route that it comes at, it can come 1 level higher. There are trainers on the route before that route that I can fight with the new Pokemon to get some easy levels of experience off of instead of having to grind so much. And I got a wild encounter heading to pick up that item. Grr. It's another Shinx. You know, I'll just knock this one out for the extra experience. Didn't fight the Shinx and the trainer because I wanted to conserve my HP for the trainer battle, which was a good choice because I actually got critical hit twice in a row. And those critical hits did 5 damage, which goes to show that even early game, critical hits are a pain. And of course I got a critical hit when I didn't really need it. But yeah, as I was actually grinding, I got quite a few critical hits, which actually did a lot of damage, even this early in the game, which you can see how much damage critical hits do at the beginning of the game. Getting them later on is going to be a big pain. And we're up in Jubilife City, and Dawn stops us. Hello, Dawn. Hi, JDQ Craft. Are you catching Pokemon? I think it'd feel a lot safer for you to catch some more. You know, like when you need to travel to faraway places. Oh, I know. Don't you think it's better to know more about Pokemon? Sure it is. I know just the place. Come on, don't be shy. Follow me. That man, what is he doing? What? How did you know? How did you unmask me as a member of the International Police? Huh? What? I beg your pardon? I was just making conversation. You claim you're only making conversation, do you? But I know better not to believe that. No. You recognized right away that I was someone extraordinary. That is why you spoke to me, is it not? Your power of observation is fearsome. Quite admirable you are. Now that my cover has been blown, let me introduce myself. I'm a globe-trotting elite of the International Police. My name? No, I shall inform you only of my code name. My code name. It is Slooker. It is what they call me. Incidentally, is the saying "don't be a thief" familiar to you? Yeah. Yes, that is correct. Taking what belongs to others is wrong. Unfortunately, there are apparently those who do not heed those words. In Sinnoh, in fact, there are criminals stealing the Pokemon of others. I have, therefore, been on the lookout for characters arousing my suspicion. Incidentally, you are trainers, yes? Perhaps you can make use of this. And we get the Verse Recorder, something that is not useful because the Wi-Fi servers have been shut down. That Verse Recorder is a nifty device for recording a match. I obtained it because it is quite popular these days. But myself, I do not do Pokemon battling very often. It will be in better hands with you. Also, I have a request. If you were to see me again, I ask you not to talk to me, for I am on duty. Actually, yes, you may speak to me. You must. Not because I'm lonely. No. You must inform me of bad guys. You must inform me of any happenings. And the looker goes and runs off. Working for the International Police must be hard. Here it is. It's a trainer's school. The name says it all. I saw your friend Barry going earlier. He could still be in there studying. Okay, bye now. So, first thing I want to do is just go ahead and heal up my Pokemon. And, yep, so now I can leave. And head over into the trainer's school. Inside, we have an item that we can pick up. An X attack. Myself, I am not a fan of X items, they just don't really seem that useful. And we have a blackboard that lists status changes. I've typed out some of these before, but we can go over them on the board as well, just to show everyone what they do. If a Pokemon is poisoned, it will steadily lose HP. The effects of poison remain after a battle. Poisoned Pokemon's HP will drop while it is traveling. Heal poisoning using an antidote. I described poison when I picked up the antidote in the first episode, but these 4 other statuses I have not actually talked about, so we can read about them now. Paralyzed. If a Pokemon becomes paralyzed, its speed stat drops. If I remember correctly, I think paralysis, halves the speed stat, so it's kind of drastic actually. In addition, it may not be able to move while it is in battle. That means that sometimes it will also lose its turn. Paralysis remains after battle, cured using a Paralyze heal. Asleep. If Pokemon falls asleep, it will be unable to attack. The Pokemon may wake up on its own, but if a battle ends while it is sleeping, it will stay asleep. Wake it up using an Awakening. Burned. A burn reduces the attack stat and steadily reduces the victim's HP. A burn lingers after battle. Cure it using a burn heal. So basically, poison and burn are similar, except poison will do damage outside of battle, and burn will reduce the attack stat. That means that if you get burned with a Pokemon that uses mainly physical attack, you're going to be doing a lot less damage. Burned only reduces the attack stat though, so if your Pokemon is using special attacks, you're not actually going to suffer the effects from the burn. At least I think. I haven't really been able to test that much. Frozen. If a Pokemon is frozen, it becomes completely helpless. The Pokemon may thaw out on its own, but if the battle ends while it is frozen, it will stay frozen, thawed out using an Ice Heal. I'm not sure about this though, but I think you can also cure freeze by having the Pokemon get hit with a fire type move. Which means that if you're on a double battle and when the Pokemon's frozen, if you don't mind about damaging it, you can actually use a fire type move on it to cure it from being frozen. In most terms though, it's better to just, heal it from the freezing instead of attacking it on its own. Unless it's, fire type or has an ability that actually will have it benefit from getting hit by a fire move. Speaking of abilities and benefits, Flash Fire would actually be useful in this situation because Flash Fire will actually make it so that any fire type moves used against it won't do damage and will instead raise your own attack stat. So if you have a Pokemon with Flash Fire that gets frozen, it actually will make a lot more sense to use the fire type move on it to thaw it out because you'll also raise its own attack stat. I don't think you can get anything with Flash Fire until a bit later on though, so I won't really talk much about any other abilities. Hey JP Craft, did you come to study too? I went ahead and memorized everything that was up on the blackboard. After all, it's a trainer's job to avoid having their precious Pokemon hurt in battle, right? So JP Craft, what brings you? Huh? You got something for me? And we delivered the parcel to Barry. So, what is this? Score! It's town map. Huh? What are they doing here? I like it a lot, but I don't need to. Here, JP Craft, you take one. And this is where we get the town map. The town map is not the whole best. And I actually skipped past some text. What? Because of talking. But yeah, town map, you can use it to see where you are. You can use it to look around the region and see where you visited, see where you have not visited, see where you've been recently. There's a gym, so it's perfect for racing Pokemon I just caught. And he's talking about Orberg City there. Orberg City is a town that has what is known as a gym. The goal of Pokemon games is to go to all of the towns that have gyms, defeat the gyms, get the gym badges, go on to the Elite Four, and and become the Pokemon champion. Well, I'm on the road to becoming the greatest trainer of all time. See you around! And Barry runs off. Now, there's actually some trainers over here in the school that you can fight. If you defeat them both, you'll get a potion. So, we'll go ahead and fight them. He's got a Starly, which I believe will also know Quick Attack because one that was one level lower also knew Quick Attack. Now, if I remember correctly, these trainers, they always will use an X attack. They'll always use the X sign on the first turn of battle. This one uses an X attack, meaning that its attacks will do more damage. The other one will use an X defend, means that your attacks will do less damage. Alright, so we took out the Starly, and we're going to get experience for it. 72, that's not too shabby, so we're good to level 9, that's good. Oh, we learned Absorb. That is a Grass-type move. Meaning that it will be strong against Water-type and weak against Fire-types. And Absorb is a move... Hold on, it's hard for me if you don't have some Pokemon to choose from. So I'm going to actually just open up my Pokemon menu real quick and go into Turtwig Summary. Because we can look at our different moves, and if you see here, Absorb. Absorb will have our own HP restore by half the damage taken by the target. And that if we were to do 6 damage with Absorb, we would heal 3. And I'm not sure about this, but I think the damage is an odd number. It's rounded down how much HP we heal. And if we do 1 damage, we will only heal 1 HP. Now, in Pokemon, you cannot do no damage. The lowest damage you can do is 1. So even if your Pokemon's not is a lot weaker compared to the opponent's Pokemon, you can still do damage to it. You just won't really do a whole lot. Alright, so we're now up against School Kid Christine, and she'll send out a Bidoof. We'll send out our Shinx because it needs to level up. And we can lower Bidoof's attack with Intimidate, and we can use Tackle. Ah, God, a critical hit and it did 10, really? That's a lot of damage, I don't like that. But yeah, as you can see, critical hits, even early game, do a lot of damage. And we got our own critical hit and knocked out the Bidoof. Nice. And it's going to do experience points. That should be level up. Yep, it is. Nice. Level 9. And we learn Charge. Charge is an interesting move because if you use it, it'll say that you began charging power and that your special defense rises. So you may think it's just a move that raises your special defense, but no, it does a bit more than that. If you use Charge, and then use an electric move on the next turn, that electric move will actually do more damage. I'm not sure if it actually says it though in the move description. Let me go check. Oh, yeah, it actually does say it. It boosts the power of the electric move it uses next. However, this only applies to if you use an electric move the turn after using Charge, at least I think. I haven't been able to test out a bunch of this, really. Whew, you're really good. You've been studying every day, but we are no match for you at all. You'd be able to use this potion properly. Here you go. Now you get a potion. When potion is used, it restores HP, the health of a Pokemon. Being a good trainer isn't only about ordering your Pokemon around. A superior trainer knows how to use items to full advantage. So let's go ahead and exit out of the school, the trainer school. There's a man over there, which we'll get to in a moment, but first I'm going to heal up. So let's go ahead and heal our Pokemon up. And then let's walk forward. Oh? You call yourself a Pokemon trainer, and yet you have no Poketch? That is Pokemon Watch, or Poketch for short. Oh my, you are a rare case indeed. You see, I invented and now manufacture Poketches. Not only that, I'm now conducting the Poketch promotional campaign. All you have to do is find 3 clowns in Jubilife City. If you can find them, I'll gift you for Poketch. It's not as simple as just finding them though, you have to also answer a question. Hi, I'm a Poketch campaign clown. Answer all my question. Does Pokemon go at defeat others and gain experience points? If you've been paying attention, yes they do. Ding ding, you're absolutely correct. Pokemon grow stronger by defeating other Pokemon in battle. Some Pokemon even grow into an entirely different form in a process known as evolution. Here you go, your Pokédex coupon. So you get the coupon 1. There's going to be 3 coupons that we need to collect. The next clown is right here. Hi, I'm a Pokédex campaign clown. Let's roll out my question. Can a Pokemon hold an item? This one you actually might not know at first because Pokemon, like, you're not gonna know if they can hold items until, you know, later on in the game, or, you know, if you happen to, I don't know, just like test stuff and notice they can give them items. But normally this question you may actually answer wrong at first, but the answer is yes, Pokemon can hold items. Pokemon hold a single item. Some items become effective as soon as they're held by Pokemon. Berries are eaten by Pokemon as necessary during battle. And when you're talking about berries being eaten as necessary during battle, berries can actually have different effects. Some berries can reduce damage caused by super effective attack, meaning that will deal less damage. Some berries can heal a Pokemon, and some berries will cure a status effect. For example, a Pecha Berry will cure the effect of poison from a Pokemon, similar to an antidote, but it's used automatically, so it doesn't use up your turn to heal off an antidote. Hi, I'm a Pokédex campaign clown. Let's roll out my question. Just like Pokemon types, the moves of Pokemon also have types. The answer is yes. Ding ding, you're absolutely correct. If the Pokemon's type matches the move's type, that move is made much more powerful. That is actually known as Stab, same type attack bonus. Meaning that if, say, a normal type were to use a normal type move like Tackle, it would do more damage, and if an electric type Pokemon were to use the same move. Which is why it's important to have a move that is the same type as your Pokemon in your moveset to be able to get that Stab bonus. However, it's also good to have moves that are of not the same type as your Pokemon, so that way you can cover more type differences to cover types easier. Because if you only have moves that of like one type and you go up against a Pokemon that resists that type, you're gonna have a hard time taking it off that Pokemon. Which is another reason why having more Pokemon is useful, because you can then cover more types. In return for these coupons, I present you this Pokemon Watch, or Pokédex for short. And that will take up the bottom screen, or in this case, the right. You can add apps to your Pokédex to make it even more versatile. Touch the Pokédex screen and find the apps that are right for you. Now, there are a few different apps that are loaded on it by default. There is the clock, which you can make light up by tapping it, or in this case, clicking because I'm on an emulator. You also have something where you can see the HP values of your Pokemon, click on them and they'll make, you know, their little sound. You have a step counter, which will count the steps that you've taken. You can also press the clear button to reset it. There's a simple calculator here. And those are the 4 apps that you have at the beginning. You can get more apps later on for different you know, like different NPCs, or by completing some certain tasks. For example, if we were to head over here to this building, the Pokédex Company, if we were to head inside and talk to this NPC here. Hi, I'm the president of the Pokédex Company. I'm developing a new Pokédex app, but it's not quite done. My guess is that it will be ready when you get a gym badge. So basically, if you come back to this person here at the Pokédex Company when you have certain amounts of badges, you can get new apps for your Pokédex. Some of these apps can actually be quite useful because you can jot down certain things to then, you know, give yourself little reminders. For example, one of the ones that you can get early on is the memo pad, which allows you to jot down simple things, so that way you can then look at it later to remind yourself of something, or just to jot down simple notes. Although I'm not sure if it saves if you were to go off to a different app, meaning you'd have to keep the app open. And there's a different app that you'll get by default later on in the story that I like using a lot. It's the Dowsing Machine, which allows you to search for hidden items. Now, if you're going to head out here to Route 203, well, there's Barry. Hey JP Craft, come here, you got a little tougher. Do you even need to ask? Of course it got tougher. Come on, I'll demonstrate it to you. So, we have another rough battle against Barry here. He has 2 Pokemon this time. This first one is a Starly, which is new. Now, although I'm not actually going to be using a Starly for this playthrough, I'm going to be using a different flying type. When Starly reaches Eternal Evolution, it is actually quite good at attack. And can do quite a lot of damage. But, you know, right now it's not all that powerful, and dang, that critical hit did a lot. So we just use another tactical and take out Starly. That was easy. 84 experience points. That might actually be level up. Nope, it was not, I'm mistaken. And he has his Chimchar, which is level 9. So we can just keep using Tackle and get a critical hit, which does half damage. The Pokemon's getting low on HP, things could be tight here. And he uses Leer to lower my defense. As you can see here though, he's not spamming Leer like he did in the first rival battle. He's actually, you know, being a bit smarter and actually using attacks. He's still using Leer though, but at least he's not using just Leer. He actually used Scratch on the first turn. While he's still using Leer a lot. Don't know why. I'm not sure if he's actually just using moves at random and it's choosing Leer, but he's actually similar to the first one. We get 124 experience points and reach level 10. We defeat Pokemon Trainer Barry. What just happened? I lost? We get 900 Pokédollars for winning. That's still not enough to pay off our debt. Wow, what do you mean I lost? That's it, that's less than I'll ever lose. I'm going to be the world's toughest trainer and you know it. First thing to do is stay on the Oreburgh City Pokemon Gym. I'm going to toughen up for that, totally. Alright, so one lesson I'm going to do from enough this video is I'm going to locate the Pokemon on this route that I'm going to add to my team. It might take a bit to find, because there's other Pokemon here like Abra. Abra's an interesting Pokemon though, because it only knows Teleport naturally and by level up. Which means that if you don't take it out or catch it on the first turn, it will flee from battle. And that means you don't get experience points. Now, this Pokemon that I'm trying to find here on this route only appears at nighttime, which is why I'm actually recording this video at night. We have a Starly, that's not what I'm looking for. But as you said, I said that I was going to get another flying type, and this Pokemon that I'm going to be looking for here is actually the other flying type that I'm talking about. I just need to encounter it. That's a Bidoof, that is not what I'm looking for. And since I have Sheiks in front, I'm going to be slowed down because of the Intimidate. I'm just going to cut away to when I find it. Alright, here it is. A wild Zubat appeared. Oh. Well, crap, that didn't work out. I'll just catch one off camera for the next episode. But as you can see, the Pokemon that I'm going to be getting for my new team member is a Zubat. A Zubat is poison and flying type, which makes it a bit different from other flying types that you can encounter. For example, Starly is a normal and flying type, so you can get different type coverage with a Zubat, which makes it quite nice. But as of right now, this is all for the second episode. This has been JDP Craft, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.